Well guys, welcome back. Papa Pepper here on the Abundant Harvest Homestead. Today, I'm gonna smoke fish. If I can figure out how to get them lit. Which end to smoke them from. Look at that, guys. That is one species. Some sort of big chub, I'm not even sure. But pretty cool, I like it. Good to see. Woohoo! Another one. These look like they'd be really good for smoked fish. I might keep them. Alright guys, 11 was the final number. I'm gonna get these home rather quickly and see if we can't smoke them and see how the family likes them. So smoking was a good preservation method for fish for a long time. A lot of people don't necessarily do it themselves anymore. Smoking is something that we really want to get into, eventually build our own smokehouse and stuff like that. But we're gonna take these home, give them a go and see what happens. They look great though, and better than sitting in a waiting room. I just thought the look of these fish was so good compared to like the smoked chubs we'd always pay good money for. It's hard to buy them. I pass by them a lot of times when I see them. So I thought, you know what, these are a little bit smaller, but they look really good. If I just gut them, and I could have gut them on the banks of the, the river there, but I figured I'd bring them home. The chickens love gobbling that stuff up, so it gives them a little bit more variety in their diet, some other nutrients. So I'm gonna gut these up and then just put them in a little bit of salt water for now. I'm pretty much keeping them like as natural as possible, except for the salt water. So I'm just gonna put them in some cold salt water for now while I get a fire going, and then we'll see how we take care of it from there. And hopefully soon we'll have some smoked fish to enjoy. Well, now that these are ready, we'll have to get a fire ready. So all I'm really gonna do is get a fire going first, and then just kind of make this like I'd be able to if I was out in the woods or something like that. I'm not gonna try to use too many refined utensils or pieces of the project, just mostly stuff that I could have available out in the woods, and just kind of go with the rustic smoked fish. Introduce the kids to it now, get them familiar with it, and then, if they ever need to make some on their own as time goes on, they'll be able to. Heaven forbid they ever get in some sort of survival situation, but life kind of is. Spend enough days not eating and not drinking and you'll die. Well, that fire's off to a good start, and as I thought about it a little bit, I realized my resources are kind of different in my location. So I'm gonna go a little bit beyond what I would normally do in like a survival situation, or what a lot of people would do. And we're just gonna do something a little special. I'll show you guys this. This is a before. Take a look at that fire. This is before. All right. So like I said, a little different opportunities, but the goal here So you have something sturdy. And anytime you're building with flat rocks like this, you can always wedge little sticks or different things in between them to keep them more sturdier. You can see the wind's kind of mostly blowing to the back. We're going to put something up to take care of that. I may kind of scoot the fire a little bit forward too from where it is. The plan is I'm just going to run a couple sticks across on each side of here and then put the fish in the middle on their own stick hanging that way. This will just be the support system. And then I'm probably going to take some cedar boughs or something like that and kind of lean them over this thing to keep some of the smoke in, keep some of the heat in. And this also will be a hot smoke. So I'm not just smoking them to impart flavor to them and to dry them. I'm actually going to be cooking them while I smoke them. So eventually we're going to build something where we can do more of the this just slow smoke and with very low heat over a longer period of time, be able to really dry and cure some meat that way and impart a lot of good smokiness into it. But for this one, we're cooking while we do it, and I'm really looking forward to see how this works out and how these taste. So at this point, you may be thinking it looks more like a shelter than a temporary smokehouse, and I agree. Got some dried cedar branches on there, and then a layer of leaves pretty much, and then again, and you can see now none of the smoke's really coming through here. It's more filtering through more slowly. It's going to help retain some heat, and it's going to keep some of the smoke in there, especially with the wind predominantly coming from this way. So I'm ready to put the fish on at this point. I'll get my support struts in there and then line them up on a stick or two, and we'll be ready to go. And I may just add a little bit more on this side too to help, but those leaves are pretty wet. This is on my own property. I'm fairly aware of the weather conditions and stuff like this. You know, if you're in Australia, don't do this right now, or California or something like that. So the goal here too is just to keep a low burning smoky fire. You can see we're doing rather well. Cedar is highly flammable. I used green ones, and those leaves may be dead, but they're also wet, they're not dry. But if I built this, you know, structure over the top out of like dry cedar and dry leaves, I'd just have an inferno. So you can see it's pretty good, pretty smoky. I might need to move it back just a little bit to make sure more of that's getting up onto that stuff first. And I could also just kind of build a lean-to cover. I used to make like woven pine mats out of pine trees, where you just lay down a couple upright, weave a couple in between them, and that'd work really well too. I'm just going to tuck this back in a little bit and keep this going. So far so good. So as often is the case, daylight's fading. What I'm going to do is set up my structure just a little lower and keep this a little bit hotter, but less flames, and let them just kind of cook and smoke from there. Like I said, we look forward to having a smokehouse one day, being able to invest more time with this type of stuff, just learning different things. But yeah, it is what it is for today. I spent a lot longer in town than I'd hoped to. This just kind of came up out of nowhere, but we're gonna see if we can't get a nice smoky flavor. They taste pretty good off the fire anyway, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll see if we can't get something comparable anyway with a nice quick hot smoke. So if you notice here, I've got the lower layer set up and ready to go. One thing I did on the cross sticks though, is I notched them. Not enough to mess with the structural integrity of them, but that these will have some place to rest so they don't roll, because these are not 100% level. That's one thing I like to do. These guys are, oh, they feel really nice. I can't wait to drop them down a little bit, and they'll be exposed to more heat, more smoke. It'll just expedite the process for this nice, tasty, hot smoke. Oh yeah, here's a fun one for you too. I only put 5 fish on the first one because I figured I'd put 6 on the second, but there was 7 for the second, which means I actually did catch a dozen. Somehow I couldn't count to 12 when I was out there. Hey bugger, you gonna come check this out, sonny boy? Walk over there. What's going on?
Yeah.
Walk up over there. What do you think's happening?
Good.
What are we doing? Are we cooking?
Yeah.
What are we cooking?
Fish.
Fish. Do you like to eat fish, bugger?
Yeah.
How much do you like them? A lot?
Yeah.
Right now, if I watch carefully, all the fish are kind of jiggling and wiggling. They're swaying in the heat. As all the heat comes up and all that smoke, it's enough to actually make them wiggle and move, which lets me know they're getting hit pretty good right now with both of what I want. The smoke to impart the flavor and the heat to cook the meat. This is kind of a nice little setup. Like I said, if I was doing it permanently, way different top, but it's serving the purpose, and it allows the smoke to kind of roll around in it before it comes out. What do you think, bugger?
Good.
See him wiggling?
Yeah.
High five. Well, we'll have to see what they look like with some light on them. So I got an expensive flashlight, just used my phone. But those are getting a beautiful color. They're really starting to get kind of golden, which is what I like to see. And it's probably only 5:30 or 6 right now. We'll let them go for a little bit longer. But these look like they're going to be awesome. I really can't wait. So honestly guys, for me, stuff like this is the life. Oh, this is just so rustic, so natural, so simple and easy. Look at that go. I'm going to try to give these another probably couple hours. Just because I can. And then we'll eat them up right before bedtime, I guess. But I don't know, if you guys like the looks of this, I really like the look of that. I mean, just look at that. Let's check those fish a little closer too. Guys, I don't know if you guys ever like smoked fish, but to me, wow, those look so beautiful. I'm really looking forward to this. So again, this kind of does provide some how-to stuff. That's not exactly the whole goal. It's just us doing a catch, clean, and smoke, I guess. Just because I don't like sitting in the waiting room. They only had vending machines there. These were free since I already had a license. And what an experience. Alright guys, just came out here to check this. I had monster truck kind of knock down the flame because it was getting a little bit higher, and when he did, he actually knocked down a fish too. Now he got it out of the fire right away. Tail's a little bent. It's dripping right now, which is kind of cool, if you can see that. But the cool thing is, it looks like a smoked fish at this point. It smells like one, and when I opened up the inside of it and just kind of looked at the cavity that I pulled all the innards out of, It's all flaky and white in there, guys. This is, oh man, it is just running right now. Wow. See that just dripping? I'm gonna put this back up on top. So that means at this point, they're pretty much cooked and ready, but they're still a little bit juicy. So we're gonna let them dry out, continue to heat up a bit. And one thing I'll recommend for others, I think technically you should be cooking these at an internal temperature of, I don't know, 165, 170, something like that. I'm not gonna thermometer these. I know what cooked fish looks like. I know when it's safe to eat. And that's one thing now, like if you're not familiar with just grabbing fish out of the lake, or out of the stream, or out of the river, or out of the pond, and actually cooking them. First in the house, in the oven, in the deep fryer, but then also like this. Now may be a good time of your life to invest the effort. Do it as a fun experience. You know, take yourself out, take your kids out, do something like this. Start learning to cook it. I remember one of the first fish Mama Pepper ate with me, we roasted on a fire like a marshmallow. You know, I cut the innards out, we shoved the marshmallow stick pretty much down the mouth hole, and then poked it into the meat at the end of the, you know, cavity, at the end of the opening. And we roasted them on the fire and then we ate them. But the thing is if you can do things like this for fun now, if things ever do really get bad, or if you ever do wind up in a situation where you need that information, you know, if you get sick from eating something now, it's a little easier than like if the grid goes down for a week and the food in your house spoils and you know, other things happen and you need to find some food. Don't poison yourself in a survival situation. Get to know the stuff in your area, how to use it, how to cook it, how to get it, and be familiar with it now. So I will show you guys when these are done. I love this setting right now. It's so peaceful to be out here. It's such an amazing look. Let's see, how do we get me out of the picture? There we go. Like, look at that. That's it, guys, that's it. To me, this is the life right here. So I decided to do one final thing. I don't know if you can see them dripping. They were just dripping a whole lot more. But all I did is I took my neck knife and just pierced them through right at the bottom to make a hole through the middle. So some of the extra juices could come kind of pouring out, and we could dry them up just a little bit to make them more kind of authentic as far as like a dried smoked fish. But they are looking great. And we'll probably be eating them pretty soon. I don't know. I just really love the look of these guys. I love that golden color. I can't wait. This is the stuff I really just appreciate in life. And they're minnows. So one thing that I'll point out here too is after that initial fire got started, I've really just been laying all the sticks straight on the same pile and then spreading them out as need be. What this does is it does cause quite a bit of heat without quite a bit of flames. Since they're not in like a teepee formation, since they're not crisscrossed, they are burning and they are generating heat and obviously a lot of smoke, but they are not having giant flames lick up. And actually, if you look at the bottom of these fish, you'll see too, for all the time they've been hanging here, those tails are just barely blackened on some of them. So that lets me know I'm doing a good job. They are so golden. I really just can't wait. I want to really just smoke for real. But this is, you know, this will get me by till we get to the point we build our smokehouse. And I'd love to catch like 100 of these with the family. And I'll show you guys just a quick look around it too. So right now still, we've held up rather well. the layers of leaves and cedar. But like I said, guys, don't do this with dry leaves. Don't do this in a bad burn situation. Pretty much don't do this. I would say it's just what I happen to do, and it happens to be working rather well. Finish up, guys. Finish up. Darling, can you see it from here?
Oh, yes.
Look at them. They look like goldfish. They're so golden.
Wow.
Let's go take a peek.
All right, let's go take a peek.
And I kind of went above and beyond just because we had all those flat rocks laying around for that other project. So it gives it a pretty good look.
I see. Oh.
Get down there and take a peek at those.
I feel like we're camping.
Don't you though?
Oh, winter. Camping in January. Oh. Wow, that's beautiful,
Look at those.
darling. Oh my. They look awesome.
Darling, that is like, if
That
you
is
put them on a
so
little styrofoam tray, a
cool.
black styrofoam tray, and you shrink wrapped them, and you put like a $6 price tag on like 3 of them, that's what you get at the store.
This is what you caught today?
That's what I caught today.
I
mean, I
thought you
caught a
had
couple.
just caught like these little teeny ones like this big.
No, they're pretty good. 8-9
These
inches
are a
on some
little
of
bit
them.
bigger.
But they are fully cooked and they're ready to go. And I just love this setup. It looks so nice.
That is so cool.
I can't wait to build a real one.
Awesome, darling. I'm glad I came out.
Yeah, thank you for coming out. Guys, this is the stuff dreams are made of right here. Oh, that looks good. Let's see how they taste. All right, guys, got them fully cooked now. A full dozen, just because I didn't want to wait in the waiting room. They look so good compared to like store-bought smoked fish. They definitely look the part. I'm just gonna peel one of these open, give people some samples, and then we will eat them with our dinner. But we'll do a taste test here quick. All right, so I'm just gonna cut this open from the back so I can peel off some food, see what these people think. Boy, look at that. That is definitely cooked all the way through. Oh, that is awesome. I can't wait to try it. All right, guys, it was a bit of effort, but it was a bit of fun. I've got a tiny sample here. That's it, guys. That's smoked fish. Wow, that is so good. Who's next? Take a little pinch off of here like that and give it a try. See what you think.
It tastes really good.
You like it? Pinky, you're up. You want to just peel a little bit off, or you want me to? There you go. Just like that.
It smells so good.
I mean, we like smoked meats, right? This is a type of meat.
Wow, that's pretty good. I can taste it, but not very good because I was eating macaroni and cheese.
Would you eat it again? Do you know how to cook this stuff then?
No.
Pretty much, right?
It's good.
Guys, look at that, just peeling off with the skin. Everything here is boneless. Come here, little one. Give it a try. Do you really like it? Okay, I'll give you one for your dinner, okay? Bugger buddy?
Yeah.
This is it. I don't know. I'm gonna grab a little piece of that and give it a try.
Good.
You like it? Good?
Yeah.
Are you happy we hooked it?
Yeah.
All right. Dawn, you want to try a piece? So, Mama Pepper, just try a bit of that. See what you think.
Good. Daddy. It's kind of a
Looks good. Smells interesting.
When you cook it longer, it'd be drier, but the flavor there is. I remember that as a child.
Wow.
And guys, tonight we're having some little tacos, but the girls made the tortillas.
And Mom made homemade macaroni and cheese with sweet.
Yeah, homemade macaroni and cheese. So that was excellent. Would you eat it? You want a fish for your dinner? I'll add one to your plate.
Yep.
Guys, I'm so excited to have a plate like this. If you know what these cost at the store, it's ridiculous. So, to be able just to run and grab some, wow, absolutely. Absolutely. Price is right. Just love seeing that hanging there. And we will definitely be doing this again. I want to build a smokehouse and do like 100 or 200 at a time. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. And if you guys want, enjoying time fishing and out in the wild is something we really do. A while ago, we had a really cool 2-part video series called something like Family Fun Day at Crooked Creek or something like that. And the videos are very cool to watch. A lot of good animation, above water, underwater, cool stuff. So feel free to check them out. And as always, subscribe if you haven't yet. It means a lot to us and it helps. Papa out.